What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we got a jam-packed video for you. Today we're gonna look at a hypothetical situation of how to become a millionaire from Nvidia stock. All right, so we have a couple of things that we're gonna do. First, we're gonna take a look at three different articles. We're just gonna skim over it. We're not gonna go through the whole thing, but I'll list the articles in the description for you guys. Then we're going to go ahead and look at a key psychological level on the chart. Then we will also go ahead and throw the numbers into our compound interest calculator. And then we will go ahead and look at a popular option on Nvidia right now, a call at a certain level. So we got a jam-packed video for you guys today. So let's get into it. All right, so we have Nvidia pulled up here in Robinhood. And as you could see right now, the current price is 136.40. Now the market is closed today in observance of Juneteenth, which is a holiday. So no trading today, but the market will be open for Thursday and Friday. All right, so year to date, Nvidia is up 176%. All right, 176.99, almost 177%. And in the previous year, it is up 217%. Now, these are obviously not, I don't think they are sustainable gains. We've seen crazy gains like this with stocks before in the past, like Tesla, and they developed like this really intense fanatical base. I remember there are YouTube channels just centered around Tesla news. They still are a couple of them. You know, there was Kathy Wood with the whole ARK ETF, just seemed to be centered around Tesla. That kind of fanatic, like that kind of fanatic fervor seemed to last probably like about 4 to 5 years. So I'm assuming it'll probably last 4 to 5 years with this. I could be wrong, but right now Nvidia is just raging. All right. So here we have it on the 1 year. Like I said, it's 217%. Over the past 5 years, it is up 3,673%. And over max time, the stock is up 17,330%. So just a massive run on this stock. If you are not playing this stock, you're missing out. All right. Before the stock was at a higher price, they did a 10-to-1 split, and right around that split, and I believe this was on the 10th of June, right around that split, when the market opened, it was around 120 per share, right? So it went from like 1,200 to 120 per share. And after that, it dipped down to, I think, like 117 and 116. If you got in there, you were good, but it just it's just been rising since. Obviously, it's, there are ups and downs. So with a stock like this, even if I were to buy a call, I wouldn't buy anything that's expiring the same week. All right. I'd give myself some time to run. You would also give yourself time to just accumulate gains, because if we look at it here, let's look at the daily, right? So for the day, it was up 3%. For the week, it's up 12%. For the month, it's up 43%. For 3 months, it is up 57%. So let's assume you got a call and you let it run for, like, say, 3 months. See where I'm going with this. So this is not one of those stocks like how I'd play QQQ and get in and get out on a swing within a couple of days. This is something, obviously, it's going to be more expensive the further out the call is. But that's how really you would see your money on this. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into these articles. All right. So first, I wanted to show you just want to give you a profile of this guy. His name is Hans Mosensmann. All right. I hope I'm saying that right. But this guy is an analyst at Rosenblatt, and he has an extensive background in the semiconductor field. So as you can see here, it says prior to joining Rosenblatt Securities, Moses Mann was an electrical engineer who spent a decade working at chip makers, Texas Instruments, and AMD before moving to Wall Street in 1996. Moses Mann is known and respected for his coverage of such companies as AMD, Intel, um, Micro Technologies, Micron Technologies, and Nvidia. Mosiman spent a decade at Raymond James Financial covering the semiconductor industry, blah, 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 blah. So this guy is not just an analyst. He's an engineer, and he has a couple decades in this industry, working at Texas Instruments and also working at AMD. So this guy is very knowledgeable about the semiconductor industry. So that big spike that Nvidia had on Tuesday was because of this guy's upgrade. All right, he works for a reputable firm, which is Rosenblatt, but this guy's credibility speaks volumes. So you have all different types of analysts. This guy has been on the engineering side, the production side of chips, and now he's on the analytical side in terms of the stocks. All right, and this is all he specialized in. This is his specialty, analyzing pretty much semiconductor stocks. So when this guy came out with his price target for Nvidia, that's when it went crazy on Tuesday, and I think the wave for this is gonna last a couple more days. All right. So let's go ahead. Like I said, this guy's really good. He's well respected among his peers. And let's take a look at his price target. All right. So the article here says Nvidia's stock price target is the highest yet for the world's most valuable company. All right. And this article is by Barron's. So we go ahead and scroll down here. It says Nvidia's time at the top of the world's most valuable company will last for one day at least, with trading closed on Wednesday in observance of Juneteenth holiday. The chip maker passed Microsoft and Apple for the first time on Tuesday. Nvidia shares closed up 3.51% Tuesday at 135.58. You guys see now it's 136. Putting its market value at 3.34 trillion ahead of Microsoft, now valued at 3.3 trillion, and Apple in third place. So as you guys can see, Nvidia is just ripping. It's just ripping. It's ripping. If you're not on this money train, man, I really don't know what you're doing with your life. All right. So let's get to this section here now. It says, however, bulls are suggesting that Nvidia could stretch its lead further. Rosenblatt analyst Hans Mosesmann raised his target price on Nvidia's stock to 200 from 140. $200. What? That is crazy. That is crazy, crazy, crazy. And I'll tell you this, watch it hit that level. Watch it hit that level. Mark my words. Watch it hit that level. Obviously, this is the next target. It's at 136. 140 is in the crosshairs right now. But I see this, I would say within a couple of weeks. I'll be honest. All right. Setting a new Wall Street high while keeping a buy rating on the stock on Tuesday. All right. So pay attention to these numbers, 200 and 140. But the big man himself, that's the target that he set on Nvidia, which is 200. Wow. So the next article we're going to go ahead and take a look at now, it says, here's how much you should have. We don't really like the should have, but, here's how much you should have invested in Nvidia in 2022 to become a millionaire today. All right, so this article is giving you the should have, of course. They always want to drop the gems on you after the fact. All right, so I'm going to do a future projection for you guys today. We're going to go over the numbers and we'll try to make it work. But let's get to the meat of this article. So we're going to scroll down here. Bum, 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 bum. They have a tweet. Boom. All right, so here it is. It says, did Nvidia make you a millionaire? Here's a look at a hypothetical situation of an investor making a million with Nvidia bet made at the start of 2023. Okay. To achieve a seven-figure investment, you would need approximately 7,375.72 shares. Acquiring these shares during the last trading session of 2022 would have cost you $107,759.26, based on the split adjusted price of 14.61 per share at the time. In other words, Nvidia has generated roughly 830% return since the end of 2022. So pretty much just saying, hey, you needed, this amount of shares or this amount in terms of a dollar value at that time for it to be valued at $1 million right now. So Nvidia is just, it's just going crazy, man. Just crazy, 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 crazy. 830% gain. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and hop into the chart. I want to take a look at a key psychological level. And then from there, we're going to hop into our estimated calculations to get us to a million current day. All right. Based on today's price, based on monthly contributions. So let's get to it. All right. So we have Nvidia pulled up here on the charts. And as you guys can see, I have this area marked off. This is a key psychological level, right? So this is the 140 area. So this is the 140 area. As you guys can see right now, it's at 136. Let's see. Let's go ahead and pull up our forecast tool here. So we're going to get to the top of this and let's click it. And we're going to go right here to this line. Bop. All right. So this is saying that it's going to take us about 3 days to get to that level. Can I see that? 100%. Probably less, man. It might be at that thing by the end of Thursday. When the market opens tomorrow, it might be at 140 before the end of Thursday, man. So 140 is something that you want to pay attention to. Also, when I did my research, 140 was probably one of the highest strike calls being bought at the close on Tuesday. So we're going to go ahead now and hop into Robinhood and take a look at that option as well, because I always try to put you guys on so you can make some money. All right, so let's take a look at that option. All right, so we have Nvidia here in Robinhood. We go down, we go ahead and we click trade options. All right, now this is if you have it for expiring on Friday, which is June 21st. Even if you were to go with the projections, it says 3 days, so you'd be pushing it. I really wouldn't go for this date, but this is actually the most popular option right now in terms of calls. The 140 strike is the most popular one. Right now it's $51. I'm sure it's probably going to go up. You could gamble it, saying, hey, it's going to hit 140 and bet it for Friday. But if I were you, I would probably go like another week or so out. All right. But let's click this and take a look and see what's going on. Let's look at the numbers. Boom. Look at this. Volume. 247,535. Super, super, super massive volume. The open interest is 121,577. So 121,577 on open interest. Just massive. Delta is not the best. It's 19, but the closer it gets to that strike, obviously the delta is going to increase. So this looks real attractive. Like I said, I just think because today the market is closed, we only have Thursday and Friday to play. Me personally, I would go further out. So let's take a look at another option. So we could go to the 28. Let's see what this one's looking like. All right, so we go to the 28. And let's go to the 140 strike. Significantly more expensive, 242. And obviously that's because, it's going to be more valuable. The longer it goes, like I said, the more value it's going to have. In this case here, volume is super nice too. 80,000 on volume. Open interest is 74. This is beautiful. And then the delta is a lot higher. So 0.35. 140 strike June 28th. That one is probably the most attractive one to me, I would say. Obviously, the other one is attractive too. It's just, like I said, the time. So if I was a betting man, I'd be betting on the 140 strike, expiring on June 28th. With this kind of volume and this kind of open interest and this delta, this is a winner for me. All right, so let's get to why we came here. All right, so let's look at potentially becoming a millionaire investing in Nvidia stock. All right, so obviously you guys saw those crazy gains. We have 100 and what was it, like 77% year to date in terms of gains. And then the previous year was 213%. This compound interest calculator that I'm using does not allow that kind of crazy gain. So as you can see here, when it says the estimated return, right? Let's see. Right. It only allows you to enter a number between 0 and 50. So the max I could go on this is 50%. All right. Which is realistic because, like I said, this hype at some point is going to slow down. So even if it slows down to 50% a year, that's still pretty decent. All right. So we want our annualized, we want our compounding to be annual. All right. And let's say we're going to go ahead and set this to grow to 10 years. All right. If you're 20-year-old now, by the time you're 30, you should be good. If you're 30, by the time you're 40, you should be good. You get the drift. 40 is still young, man. 40, exercising, drinking water, eating clean, 40 is still pretty young. All right. If you're 20, it's a great time to be young. You're winning right now if you're taking advantage of this stuff. So utilize it. All right. So let's punch the number. So the initial deposit, right? I want to say, let's say we get 10 shares. So we start out with 10 shares. So right now it's at 136. So let's say 136 and change. So let's say we put in 1,000, right? $370, right? That's our initial deposit. Right? But then let's just say we only contribute $100 a month. So what is that? $1,200 for the year. And we give ourselves 10 years to grow. 10 years to grow. We're at this. We're at 214,000. All right. So now let's go ahead and up the ante. All right. So let's say we go to 15 years. Whoo! 1.6 million, as you guys can see. In 15 years, putting $100 a month into Nvidia. If you're working a regular job, you should be able to put $100. If you could put more, it just means that the time is going to cut down. All right. Or if your initial deposit, let's say let's go monthly. I know. Let's say we could do, I don't know, 200 a month. Right. So that would put us at 2,400. $200 a month. Right. So annually you're putting in 2,400. You would have 2.6 million in 15 years. Let's shave the years down, right? Some people say, 15 years, that's a long time. 10 years, you would have 350,000. Wow. 11 years, you would be that. 12 years, 13 years. So look at the big difference. In 13 years, right? Investing 200 a month, in Nvidia with an initial deposit of 10 shares right now, in 13 years, you would have 1.1 million. Just put in $200 extra a month. Every month, just buy $200 worth. There's fractional shares. Don't matter what it is, just keep putting in. And this is at 50%, guys. Remember that. Right now, it's raging. So I'd say for the first 4-5 years that it's run, you're going to get way more than that. And then it's going to start probably like settling down, right? New competition comes out. Somebody comes with something else. Hey, by then you could take your money and shift it to something else if you want to. But as it is right now, starting with 10 shares, putting $200 a month, all right? $200 a month, $50 a week, guys. You could cut corners. Stop buying that coffee. I don't know. Stop doing all the extra stuff. Stop Uber eating, ordering food. Stop eating out. Cut corners. But $200 a month, 10 shares initially, within 13 years, you're looking at minimum of 1.196. So 1.1 million. And this is as high as this thing allows. If it allowed me to go like 70% or whatever, you see how crazy it gets. So now let's change the numbers back. So I just want to show you. In 10 years, you would only have 350,000. And this is the power of compound interest. But if you just go 3 more years longer, you are at what? What is that? More than triple what you had at the 10-year mark? This is the power of compound interest. All right. So keep buying into your stocks, keep putting money into your stocks. Whenever you get a lump sum, and like your initial deposit, those 10 shares, that's your lump sum. But whenever you get a lump sum and you could contribute. And this is the result. All right. But this is how in this present time, 2024, June 19th of 2024, this is how you would become a millionaire. All right. If you guys want to get access to this, I'll link this calculator in the description as well. You could play around with the numbers and then figure out exactly what you want to do. But this is helpful because whenever you have a goal, you have something that you can strive towards. All right. But that's it for the video today, guys. I hope you found this information useful. If you did, please consider subscribing. I make new videos like this every day, dropping gems that could help you along your trading journey. All right. Thanks again for watching the video. Y'all stay safe and have a blessed day. Peace.